Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here with Sibyl Starr. My name's Vicchi Oleski, and we're here to give you a little update for the astrology of the end of October through November. My name's Vicchi Oleski, and Sibyl has a class at the Healing Academy every first and third Fridays. Sibyl?
First and third Thursdays
Oh my goodness, that's right. Thank you. First and third Thursdays.
at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah. We've been meeting for,
Over a year.
yeah, it's been really very, very powerful for people. We have anywhere from 7, 8, 12, 20.
Yeah, I think the most we had was around 20.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Sibyl, thanks for joining us today. Yeah. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the astrology for Jupiter in Scorpio.
Hello, everyone. Actually, I wanted to talk about the month of November, but Jupiter in Scorpio is part of that. So we are in the time of the year when the sun has moved into Scorpio, and Jupiter, which is the largest planet in the solar system, is also in Scorpio, and that energy will be with us for a full year. So Scorpio is about going into the darkness of our own soul, and healing fragmented parts of ourselves where we meet our shadow and all of the places in ourselves that we have maybe put away and not acknowledged. But it is about death, transformation, and rebirth. And here in Sonoma County, we're really experiencing that aspect, understanding that energy never really dies, that it is just transformed. But there are times in our lives when it's really important to let things go.
Right.
And it's like the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Scorpio starts out like the scorpion, but ultimately is to rise like the phoenix from the ashes, transformed. And the Scorpio transformation comes through two main things. One is through feelings. So in this time of Scorpio, and especially Jupiter in Scorpio, we're going to be asked to really feel deeply. And through those feelings, we are transformed. And it helps us get to the essence of who we are, releasing what is no longer authentic for us.
And
And
may I
sure.
slow us down a little bit,
Yes.
just because I feel like I so understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
With the private work, with my coaching and private work, and also with having a lot of people in the last 2.5 weeks come through our doors with the fire and their experiences, and it also triggering past injuries. It has been so essential for the person, myself, all of us, to literally feel and heal. We're just, I think, on a conscious level understanding how powerful that is, and where the transformation can be in feeling it is to release it.
Exactly.
And it's not always, it's a survival mechanism that has been hit in the default in our society, I believe. And now with it being so fresh and with Scorpio and Jupiter, the understanding is to really face those parts of ourselves and feel, and in the feeling is to learn to how to release it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I have heard that part of the reason for human incarnation is to come into this world to feel, to develop compassion. And the way we develop compassion sometimes is through our heart being broken.
Right.
That's how an open heart is a broken heart. And so it is another opportunity for our hearts to open over and over again, as we feel not only our own old wounded places, but those of others around us. So it feels to me like in this time of great change, the open heart, the compassionate heart, and the ability to forgive oneself and others is the transformative process that Scorpio is bringing.
Wow. And I remember last class you were saying that the night of or the morning after the fires, that activated the eclipse.
Right, the night of the fire, the eclipse was activated.
And that was also kind of
Right.
putting us into Jupiter, into Scorpio. Is that
Right, it was the last degree of Jupiter in an air sign, which was
Okay.
Libra. And so
Okay.
the air, it was the wind that whipped up the fire.
Oh, right.
And it was opposing the planet Uranus, which is the planet of lightning, unexpected events, and electricity.
Uh-huh.
And then
yeah.
Jupiter moved into Scorpio the next day, and which is a big event because the energy really shifts, and so things changed.
So in the current astrology where we're at now, the end of October, beginning November, moving into a full moon, new moon cycle, right? What
Right.
do you
Okay,
see?
so what I see with that is the full moon occurs here in Sonoma County late in the evening of November 3rd. The rest of the country, early November 4th. So the moon is actually in Taurus, and it opposes the sun in Scorpio. And Taurus is often about finding our center. It's about being grounded. It's how to stay centered, to be that tree that stays rooted in the midst of the storm. And it feels like the storm is all around us, but how do we find our center in the midst of that? And the other piece that's really significant, I feel, at this full moon, is something that's been happening, is the planet Venus is opposing the planet Uranus and the dwarf planet Eris.
Oh, Eris.
Right, and Uranus is the planet of awakening. It helps wake us up. Venus is the planet of love, of beauty, and of self-love and our relationships with others. The dwarf planet Eris, her mythology is that of the feminine warrior, and it feels as though the feminine warrior has been awakened. And so the two things I want to say about that is we've seen in the last several weeks these powerful sexual predators being exposed, and it's the empowerment of the women, the feminine warrior spirit that has been so activated and is continuing to be activated.
Right.
And I just want to say one more thing about Scorpio, and that is it's often a time when secrets are revealed, and Jupiter can be the rich and powerful. And so Scorpio's also related to sexuality. And so it feels like, and this all started with Jupiter. When Jupiter went into Scorpio, all of these revelations started to become revealed, and it's all heading towards this full moon where Venus, which is also one of the symbols of women, of the empowered woman, and it was totally unexpected. But it's one of those things, the toothpaste can't be put back in the bottle.
Right.
The empowerment of women is here.
Yeah. We were talking about that at the circle.
Yeah.
I've been watching a little of the movement on Facebook, the Me Too,
Yes.
which is really powerful. And so thanks everyone to being on the Me Too. Along with that, I've been thinking about the other side of the Me Too, the empowerment of what it feels like to join forces and with the Me Too. I was on a walk the other morning, and my dog wanted to go visit some other dogs that were walking, and the woman who was walking her dogs looked over and pointed at Chloe and said, "Don't come over here." And when she said that, I felt this, wow, she really knows her boundaries. And instead of Chloe coming over there and trying to, involve herself with their dogs, that she knew, don't come over here.
Right.
And it was that I felt, I don't know how this is really related, but it felt like she had established a really firm boundary of no, don't
Right.
come over here, which feels like more of the current established divine feminine,
Exactly.
rooted and grounded and saying, no, don't come over here.
It feels like it's about sovereignty, about women as they become more empowered, claiming sovereignty over their own bodies
Right.
and over their own lives and their own selves. That, Uranus is now in Aries, and Aries is very much about that claiming of sovereignty of self. And so it feels like this is a great opportunity, that kind of an energetic opening for this to happen.
Yeah. Thank you, Sibyl Star. Thank you. Any last?
Well, just one more thing I did want to
Sure.
say, and that is at the new moon, which is on November 18th, which has 4 planets in Scorpio. So the Scorpio energy is just still really strong.
Okay.
But there's another very powerful aspect that happens very rarely, just maybe once a year. And that is the planet Mars is in a square to Pluto. Another challenging aspect. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So once again, we've got this big Scorpio energy vortex. Mars is the warrior. And so when they come together, it can be very volcanic energy. It's that kind of energy that allows, it's like a surge of adrenaline. It's like that energy that allows a mother to lift a car off of their
Gotcha.
child.
Gotcha.
And so there's this, so Mars is in Libra. So it's about justice. It feels to me it's about the power balance. It's about what is just and fair in our lives and in our world, and just a huge surge of adrenaline energy around that. And there can also be great clashes of will, because those that have the power really don't always want to give up the power. But it feels like a great energetic opportunity for some movement in that area around the balance of power and what is just and what is fair, not only in our outer world but in our personal relationships.
Mars, desire, action.
Mars desire and action is, and what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you
Exactly.
going to do about
Exactly.
it? Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
Okay.
Good info. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll be back next month. Give you another update. Visit Sibyl Star at sibylstar.com. Classes again are at Sonoma County Healing Academy, 6741 Sebastopol Avenue, Sebastopol, first and third Thursday
Right.
at 6:30.
And I also have a blog and that you can visit on my website, or I have a Facebook blog called Star Nation Oracle. You can
Yeah.
read more about this.
Excellent. Thanks, Sibyl.
Thank you.
Welcome. Namaste.